Okay, this is November 2015, paper 2, question number 4. And it's a question about transforming trigonometric functions. So, we're told that this function here is a sine bx plus c. And we're going to find the values of a, b and c. Well, we can see usually sine would go like this. So a quick sketch of what sine does. It starts at 0, goes up and down between 1 and -1. And this one doesn't quite do that. It starts at 0. It doesn't start at 0. It starts at 2, and it doesn't go up and down. It goes down and up. And it doesn't do it between 1 and -1. It does it between 5 and -1. So, a couple of things have happened. Firstly, the whole thing has been stretched. Instead of going up 1, it goes down and up. And if you look at the amplitude, how much does it go down and up? There's sort of the line around which it oscillates, between 5 and -1. It's going 3, but because it goes down first, the value of a is not 3, it's -3. Okay, so that's the first part. C is also easy to figure out because C is about the displacement. So it's about figuring out the location of this line. So C is equal to 2 because it's about how far the sine graph has been displaced compared to its original. Okay, so that leaves B. We've got information about these 2 points. I haven't really used them yet. I've used the 5 and the -1, I suppose, but I haven't used the x coordinates. Now, usually, the period of a sine is 2 pi. Usually it takes 2 pi to complete a rotation. And if you did sine 2 pi, then it would half. In fact, the rule is that the period can be calculated by doing 2 pi divided by whatever coefficient you've got inside the sine or cosine function. So in this case, 2 pi divided by b. What is the period here? Well, the maximum is at minus pi by 4 and the minimum is at pi by 4. So that distance is half of pi. From -1/4 to 1/4 is a half. But that's not a period. A period is once we've completed a full revolution, so that's only halfway. So in total here, the period is pi. So if I know that the period, if I use this relationship, the period is 2 pi over something, I'll have to get the answer pi. Well, that should be obvious what b is from that. B is 2 as well. Okay, solve f of x equals 3 between 0 and pi. So we're solving, we now know the equation, right? The equation is -3 sine, what was it, 2x plus 2 equals 3. Now it is possible to solve this algebraically, and if you don't know how to do that, you should learn. But this is a graphing question. This is a calculator paper. So we should be looking at the calculator. So if you graph these 2 functions on your calculator, you get the curve that you're supposed to get, that you're given in the question. Looks like that, and that's a good way to check that you've got the answer right, because if your curve doesn't look like the one they've given you, you've done something wrong. And I've graphed y equals 3, the orange straight line going straight across. We're only supposed to be working in the region from 0 to pi. So we're looking in, there's more solutions than the ones I've highlighted, but we're only looking in this region here. And you can get your calculator to tell you, and you can see that I've got Desmos to do it for me there. X is equal to 1.741 and X is equal to 2.972.